nearly an entire calendar year later.
Has it really? When was the last episode?
July.
No way.
Yeah. July of 2022.
So wait, do we stop after Stranger
The
Things?
last video we did on this, the last episode was the Stranger Things 5 spoiler talk. 4, excuse me.
So we stopped
Let me
after
make sure
volume
that's
2?
true. Yes.
Well, I was depressed, so what do you want from me?
It was literally July of 2022.
My boyfriend died on screen in front of me, eaten by bats.
9 months ago.
What did you expect from me? Wow.
The last day we uploaded was July
pregnancy.
6th, so literally 10 months ago.
A whole pregnancy?
10 months ago from filming this.
Wow.
Did you say a whole pregnancy?
Well, you said 9 months at first.
Oh.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
10 months ago today.
My bad.
Yeah, 10 months ago today was our last
bad.
upload. We've been gone a while. Obviously, we haven't stopped making content for those of you watching. At least I haven't stopped making content.
You're mean. You're mean.
How have you been? Tell them how you've been.
You want me to go first?
Sure.
I have a lot.
Please.
So let's see. Last July, was I still in school? I was still doing summer classes in July. So that's part of the reason the podcast stopped. And then I got depressed. A myriad of reasons. Is that a word? Myriad?
It's one of the two variations of what you just said.
What?
I don't know the exact pronunciation, but yes.
Well, I was really sad when Eddie died. Like, no cap, no joke. You know, there's a whole thing. It's like a scientific article.
Yeah.
Where our brains cannot. What?
Am I allowed to laugh?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Not when I'm talking about Eddie.
Go
You're
ahead.
making fun of me.
Oh, go ahead.
There's like it's a real thing. Our brains struggle with like associating fictional characters. Like, we can't discern the fact that they're fictional. Like, in our minds, they're real. So when they die, they die. And the best way that I can describe Eddie Munson's death is that it literally felt like organs were being ripped out of my body. You don't watch The Vampire Diaries, but you know, sometimes I have it on and you'll see them rip and push into someone's chest and rip their heart out. That's exactly what it felt like
I've
when he died.
also seen Temple of Doom. Kalima, Kalima, when they rip out the guy's chest,
Not quite like that.
heart out of his chest.
That's a little bit dramatic.
Okay.
Mine's quicker,
Okay.
but it also lasted me for a while. Still in pain about it, if I am quite frank. But also, I had like a weird skin thing going on for a while. We're in the healing process of it now.
Glowing. Yeah, you look good, Cam. I'm proud of you.
But
you look good the whole time for the record.
Thank you so much. When did we go to the Comic-Con with Emma? 2021? That's when it first started.
No, that was 2022. That was right after the Batman came out. That was March of 2022.
March of 2022. Okay, so it was happening around this time then. March of 2022. There's a video about it on my YouTube channel. Not hard to find. I don't post that many YouTube videos. It's a video where I talk about how I went to the ER, the emergency room. Because it's true, I did. I went to a Comic-Con with my bestie, Emma. Emma, if you're watching this, hi. We went to a Comic-Con, and then, like, the next day, we woke up in bed, and I looked over at her, and I was like, are my lips swollen? They feel swollen and chapped. And she had just woken up. She couldn't really see shit. She was like, I don't know, kinda. And I was like, oh. Like, that's weird. And I went to the bathroom, as one does in the morning, and I looked in the mirror, and I was like, what the fuck? I was puffed up like a fish. And ever since then, I've been having skin issues, just with like two things. We still don't really know what it was. I'm not gonna lie. There was a rash situation with like my neck and my chest and like my upper arms, and then there was a really, really bad like fungal acne type thing happening on my cheek. That shit was rough. Was gross. Big juicy pimples, and I hated it. And I'm someone who never really has acne like that. Like, I'll get acne like, you know, once a month if you catch my drift, or like if like I ate something really greasy, like I'll get a little tiny, like a couple like little dots like on my forehead or whatever. But this shit that was happening on my cheek, it was an infestation. That shit was growing and it was nasty, and it made me feel ugly. And when you feel ugly, you don't want to do shit. I don't know if boys relate to that. Do boys relate to that?
It just depends, I guess. Yeah.
Like, do you ever wake up and you're just like, God, I just look awful, and so I feel awful, so I don't feel like doing anything.
I can't speak for an entire.
Do you
population.
personally?
Me personally?
Do you personally?
No, not really. Like
God, what's that like?
Well, no,
Holy
I mean
crap!
that's just me. Like if I, the only thing I could think of like to get, I guess, personal is like if I think I put on a few pounds, like then I'm like I'm gonna do something about this. But like even if I have a pimple, like I had literally 2 pimples right here on my head.
Hey, zit face.
And I posted.
People are so mean to this comment.
It doesn't bother me. I used to pop pimples. I don't anymore because of the scarring thing.
Yeah.
And so I had like 2 pimples. I'm like, I don't care. So I posted like a reel and a TikTok.
With his high quality camera.
It was the first of a series called like the best movie for every sport. And one of them, it's my most viewed ever TikTok. 4 million views on TikTok. And the other one on Instagram, people were like,
"Hey, zit
pop
face."
them, bro. That hurt my ear, so it definitely hurt yours.
That's so mean. I turned down our volumes.
People go, pop them, bro. And then the other guy was like, hey, zit face.
That's
Look
so
in
mean.
the mirror.
See, if someone
No,
commented
but like
that on my
I
videos,
swear, I'm not just like putting on a show. That legitimately doesn't bother me at
that's such a boy
all.
reaction.
It doesn't bother me. It's honestly funny that
Men
people-
are so weird.
It's funny to me that someone is so like focused on that. Like, who cares, dude?
Men
It's
are
gonna go
so
away
crazy.
in a week.
That's so
Everyone has
crazy.
pimples.
That's
But
so
that's
wild.
like, yeah. That's the how on different
so-
ends of the spectrum we are with that.
Just like, I'm sure, okay, girls, if you're listening, if there are any girls listening, you comment down below and you let me know if you ever wake up some days. And granted, not everyone has, I guess, necessarily the luxury of being able to wake up and feel like they don't want to do anything today. Because I know a lot of you guys are in school or have like jobs that you actually physically have to go to. But that doesn't mean that you don't feel this way when you wake up and you're like, God, I just look awful. I feel awful. I don't want to do anything. It's true. I know, I think my friend Jenna is the same way, where like if I want to be really productive, I got to put on a little bit of makeup. I just need to do something, or like I need to do something to my hair to make it feel like I got ready so that I can do stuff. If I don't do anything to my hair, or if I don't like wash my face or put on a little bit of makeup or something, like I just feel like, all right, I can crawl back into my bed.
I can relate to that in terms of like I love to just like sprucing up a bit in the morning. I feel more
you're a
productive
morning
once I do
showerer.
that. I shower twice a day. By the way.
Showerer.
I'm not a morning or night. I hate that debate. I do both, but that's a topic for another time.
I think when people say that, it's more like, do you wash your hair in the morning or at night?
Okay, fair. Like, cause
You don't wash your hair in the mornings, right?
I like do my shampoo conditioner in the morning, but like
Not
I
at
wash
night.
my body in the
At
morning
night.
and at night.
Yeah, okay.
Both. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I would judge you if you washed your hair twice a day. That's not good for you.
I used to.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I used to in high school. Like
Who taught you proper hygiene?
that's different. That's like hair care. That's
Who
different.
taught
than,
you
like,
hair care? Was it
hygiene.
me?
It was no one. Myself.
Oh, I'm proud of
Yeah.
you. That's good.
People were like, yeah, just do it once a day, and sometimes like every other day, just because like
I do it every other day.
yeah, just because there's no need. But like
Some
people,
girls can go like
you know,
3
some
days.
people like thought I put stuff in my hair. I don't.
Because it's all
It's because it's so
thick.
It's literally so thick.
It just sits on top of
doesn't
itself.
move. Like this is how I brushed it this morning, and I didn't put like any product or anything in it.
Yeah.
So my
I
hair.
don't
is
think
just thick.
anything could tame your hair. My hair is really thin. It holds a curl well. Like I curled my hair this morning with like one of those round hairbrush thingies. It holds a curl really well, but it's really thin. I can't really do much with it. I lost a lot of hair one winter when I was like 13.
Yeah. That's actually wild.
My hair used to be really thick. Did you know that? You know how the hair ties I use?
Hair. There's a hair on my microphone.
Oh, boo-hoo. You know how
It's
the hair
foul.
ties I use are like the really thin ones? I used to use
yeah.
thick hair ties like
Oh,
your
yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
And now I don't.
Fair enough.
I
You know
have
who
no need
else
for them
might
anymore.
have trouble containing their hair? When her concerts are not indoor.
We don't need to go to her
Okay,
yet.
okay.
We still have time. We're still talking about us.
Okay.
Where have you been these past 10 months? We haven't even talked about you.
The past 10 months of my life.
You've been around. We've traveled.
This is foreshadowing to what I was just talking about. We'll get there.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Taylor Swift. Let's see. What have we done in the past 10 months? We traveled. You've traveled to California many a time, I would believe.
A few times, yeah.
And he's going to California again.
Like a week from today, I'll be landing in California.
Yeah, so we've
My
no
buddy-
podcast next week.
Yeah, I guess, unless we double record next. We could do one.
We could double record, I
Yeah.
guess.
We could just record one, but
Yeah, we do have another topic that we could post
This
next
is
week.
very true.
He's going to California in a week because his bestie got engaged
I'm going to his wedding,
and he's getting married.
and I'm in the wedding. It's kind of cool.
He is in the
Not
wedding.
kind of cool. It's dope. And you guys know him Trevor.
And it's a Bridgerton
From Film
themed
Geeks,
wedding,
yeah.
and he hasn't even watched Bridgerton.
I'm excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Go ahead and hang
Has
out.
Trevor watched Bridgerton?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Oh my god, we should ask him.
I'm not sure.
Maybe he can convince you.
Yeah. However, it's gonna be a lot of fun, and that's next week. But in terms of the past 10 months, Georgia won the Natty again.
Who? Nobody cares.
That was cool.
Not a soul watching this cares.
It's pretty cool. Someone does, but it is cool. You know, living through 2 national championships, something I never thought I would see. She's just salty that her team sucks. What else? Let's see.
We went to Comic-Con, met some people.
We did. We went to MegaCon. That was a lot of fun.
Who did you meet?
Charlotte Mariduena.
Oh, I was talking about ATL Comic-Con. Who did you meet at ATL Comic-Con?
I didn't meet anybody there. I'm just kidding. William Zabka, Ralph Macchio.
This is tickling me.
And, okay. We're
Keep
moving
talking.
around the mic cords.
Keep talking.
And Martin Cove.
I met...
And Giancarlo Esposito.
I met Elijah Wood, Sean Astin, Dominic Monaghan, and Billy Boyd, a.k.a. The Hobbits. Their Funko Pops are right back here. Signed. It was the best time of my life. Some of the best celebrities I've ever met. I love them so much. And we're also going to a Comic-Con. What is it, next month? Next month?
Yeah, 1 month and 2 days from today is when we fly out to Dallas. We're going to Fan Expo Dallas. Yeah. And we're meeting a lot of really cool people there.
Who are we meeting?
Jesus. Do you want to go? Or do you want to eat the mic? I'm going to have to deal with this, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can handle it.
Well, we're meeting many people.
We're meeting Paul Walter Hauser, who plays Stingray in Cobra Kai. We're meeting Grace Van Dyne, who plays Chrissy in Stranger Things. We're meeting Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil.
Yeah.
And then we're meeting Joseph Quinn, who plays Eddie Munson.
We're also meeting John Bernthal. Don't forget about him.
If we, honestly, I just don't feel like it's going to happen.
I literally bought a photo pass for us.
I want to meet him, and I just don't know. I feel like something's going to go wrong.
Don't say that
He
shit.
abandoned us the first
Knock on wood.
He abandoned us the first time.
Knock on wood. That was an accident. He didn't mean to.
Maybe the third time's a charm.
He knew that I was having an allergic reaction, and he said, you know what? I'm going to help them out, and I'm not going to meet them. Sebastian Stan said the same thing. If I had met Sebastian Stan with that allergic reaction all up and down my neck, would have cried.
Could have just edited it.
I know, but I still would have cried because he would have visually seen that I was ugly.
That's fair.
And I can't handle that.
That's fair. I don't think he would have cared. I think he's a kind soul who
I know he
thinks
is.
more about just that.
But we're meeting Joseph Quinn, and guys, I'm so excited. I don't know what I'm going to do.
It's going to be fun. I'm excited as well.
I'm not going to be able to do it. I don't think I can do it. I don't know what I'm going to say to him. I don't know. I can't even look at him.
You're going to have to get your shit together then.
I'm going to have to converse with him twice because I got an autograph and a photo op.
I'll just be there for support, I guess.
I just...
Yeah. It'll be cool. He'll be fine, Cam. It'll be fun. You can't... If you're not going to shut down, right?
I don't know. We'll find out when we get there, I guess.
hope you don't shut down.
I hope so, too.
There's no need. There's no need. We've met celebrities since. We're prepared for this. You're going to be fine.
Thankfully, he's not the first time meeting that weekend, so I'll be warmed up. And I'll get to see my friend Sophia again.
Yeah.
Which is another thing I've done. I recently went to Dallas, literally like 2 months ago, to see my friends Sophia and Sam. Those are my friends that don't listen to the podcast, but...
Can I cut in real quick?
Go ahead.
It's weird how, like, it's like a life catch-up for you. Like, I don't feel like I have to, like... I know that there's a difference between my audience and, like, the podcast audience, but, like, I've been posting pretty much daily and doing live streams. So, like, I feel like I'm up to date with everyone. But
yeah, you do a lot of live streams.
But I guess, like...
I've, like, gone into a whole, actually,
like, I've
for
already
10
told
months,
everyone
probably.
all this stuff. Yeah. So, it's, like, more so
I'm just
it's
talking.
your time to shine.
Yeah, I'm like Taylor Swift. I went into hiding for a little bit, and now I'm out.
When can we talk about her?
We can talk about it now.
I want to.
That was a good transition.
I want to.
So, guys, in case you didn't know, me and Chris and my sister went to the Taylor Swift concert in Atlanta, Georgia last weekend.
Do you really want to know where we were April 29th?
So,
that was cool. That was
he crushed
cool.
that. Yeah, we went on the 29th. I also went again with my sister on the 30th, so I got to go to 2 shows. Very lucky, very blessed that I was able to go to 2. My sister went to 3, so she's wild. What did you think? This was Chris's first ever stadium concert. He's only ever been to arenas and theaters. This is his first ever time seeing someone in a stadium.
Yep.
When we went, before we went, he was like, there's no way they're going to be louder than a Harry Styles concert. There's just no way.
The reason being, let me actually defend myself before I say this. We all know that the Harrys, as they call themselves,
so true.
They are insane. Am I valid in saying that?
Yeah.
The hardcore people, insane. It was so loud at the Harry Styles concert, like the screaming, it was so shrill. Multiply that by like 1,000 in a bigger area, it was insane.
Yeah.
Like literally that. I went to like loud Georgia football games, and I've been to a bunch of football games and concerts. Even this was 10 times louder than that. My ears were like probably damaged for life after for like a few days.
I felt fine, but I already have poor hearing.
You do.
So.
You don't have any ear holes. They're like a dragon's nostril.
Tiny.
Yeah, they're like little slits. And so, and so that was really cool. It was loud as hell. I'll just say it. It was the best concert I've been to in my life. Now that doesn't say much because I haven't been to many.
He hasn't been to many.
But it was way better than Post Malone.
It won't be topped.
And it was way better than Harry Styles. And those are like the 3 relevant ones I've been to: Taylor Swift, Post Malone, and Harry Styles. Other stuff's country music, which doesn't count to me anymore.
It doesn't count.
But no, this incredible.
It was like that I've been trying to tell you this whole time. Taylor Swift is like a theatrical performer. Like you're not just going and watching a man in a funny little outfit run around on stage and then talk to his audience.
And he only sang like 17 songs.
Yeah, Taylor.
Lame. No, that's still a lot.
That's like a normal length concert. Taylor's like is like a whole production with lights and transitions and
maybe
costumes
20,
and dancing.
But she did like double that almost.
Yeah, she did 44.
3 hours and 15 minutes worth of content.
Mm-hmm.
That's a film. That's Schindler's List right there.
What were your favorite parts of the concert?
It was really cool just to first of all see someone of that magnitude in person. That was cool. But
she was close to us.
She was really close. We had great seats.
We had this really weird thing
Do you
happen.
want to explain our seating situation?
So when I bought the tickets, I was in charge of the tickets for the 29th because that's the pre-sale code that I got. And I bought our seats were in section 107. And I bought row 5 because that's just what was available when I clicked on it on the website. And I was like, okay, row 5. Cha-ching. And I was like, that's great. We're going to be so close. Row 5, 5th row back. That's great. That's awesome. We're walking down the section. We're walking. I'm reading the numbers on the seats, like on the rows, which is what you're supposed to do. And Chris stops at like the 5th row back and he's like, Cameron, this is row 5. I'm like, no. Look at the number. It says row 10. We have to keep going. I guess rows 1 through 4 just don't exist. Row 5 was the first row. So we were front row of our section, like right on the little fence, the barricade thingy. And so whenever Taylor came to our side of the stage, she was like right in front of us. And we were like, hi.
Yeah, she was like not far from us at all.
Not far from us at all.
I could throw a football to her easily.
I
could do that if she was where she was in the middle of the stage.
I could throw a football to her
I could throw a pigskin a quarter mile.
She was close, and it was awesome. We could see her really well. It was great.
No, yeah. So it was awesome. My favorite part, though, was just singing along. I love Taylor Swift, and I think I want to just say something here.
Oh,
for the people out there. I think there's a lot of men who are afraid to embrace how dope Taylor Swift is.
That is so true.
Do you agree?
I agree.
It's like people are like, oh, you like Taylor. You can't like Taylor Swift. Like,
why do you think men are so afraid of saying they like Taylor Swift?
I don't know. I think it's like fear of just like people being like thinking they're fruity or whatever. Like, I really think that's what it is. Like, Taylor Swift's awesome. I don't care. I love One Direction and Harry Styles as well. And I think this
so true.
Falls under the same boat. But anyway, I love Taylor Swift, and I think people need to embrace how awesome she is.
I fully agree.
But I've always listened to her music, like, and I told you this is funny. I had like I had a playlist of Taylor Swift songs. Well, first of all, my brother and I would listen to Taylor Swift, the Red album specifically. I was in I was in middle school, and like he had the CD in his car, so I know Red.
Okay, Matt, a Taylor stan, I see.
I know Red very well, but
loving him was red.
Yeah, great song. So anyway, I know that one well. Excuse me. And then I had like a playlist on my phone in like 10th grade, and I would like mow grass during the summer. I would like mow my neighbor's lawns, and one of them was Taylor Swift, and I vividly remember mowing one while the song Style was playing, and I was just like so
Did you even know who that was about at the time?
I think I may have. No. Honestly, I don't think I did.
No, there's no way you did. Not before me.
But it was just like, midnight, come and pick me up. No. And I'm just like mowing the grass, like, fuck, this is so edgy. I was just getting into it.
That's so funny.
But no, I love 1989, Red.
You're a little pop boy.
And I didn't discover a lot of her newer stuff until,
recently.
You know what? It's weird how long we've been dating, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In
6.5 years.
In 2017,
Mm-hmm.
I remember vividly. I don't know if you remember this. We had left like school and we went to like Sonic, and you like played me like "Look What You Made Me Do" music video came out, and you like played it, and I was like, "This is ass." I literally said that in my car. I was like, "This is ass."
Look What You Made Me Do is an interesting song for sure. The second verse gets me where like the music changes. That kind of is, but she
like,
did
now,
she did
like,
all that
it's
on
fine
purpose.
now,
She
but,
did
like-
all that on purpose.
No,
It was
yeah.
like a fu to the
The
music
thing
industry.
was at that time, that was 6 years ago, damn near 7.
Yeah.
I didn't really care as much about Taylor Swift. Like I knew her like bangers, but that one in particular, I did not really. That album
was-
at the time I didn't listen to, so that's why it was cool to listen to Reputation years later and actually enjoy it.
Yeah. I like Reputation. Reputation's a good one. I thoroughly enjoyed the Taylor Swift concert. I have been to all of her concerts except for Reputation. I don't know why me and my sister didn't go. I think either she was busy with college or she couldn't come back from college or something, or I was busy. Something happened and we just didn't go. But we've been going to all of her concerts since Fearless. So it was
Did you
fun.
go to Red?
Uh-huh.
1989?
Uh-huh.
Damn.
And Speak Now. Speak Now.
And she didn't tour for Lover.
She was going to do
Folklore,
Loverfest, but
Evermore.
then COVID got in the way of that. And then Folklore and
So
Evermore
that's
came
why
out
Eras
during
is a big
COVID.
deal, because she got to play a
That's
lot of those
4
songs live for the
albums that
first
she
time.
hasn't toured, yes.
And she opened with Lover, and Lover bangs.
Yeah.
That's one I didn't really explore much prior to the months leading up to this concert. And I've been just listening to it when I lift weights lately. It gets me hype. I'm
What's
not
your
gonna
favorite?
lie.
What are your favorite songs on Lover?
I could sing them, but I don't know if I will. The
Just say
Man
them.
is so good.
You love the man?
It's so good. Of course, the one she opens the tour with,
Miss
Miss
Americana.
Americana and the Heartbreak
Yeah.
Prince. I love the beat of that one. Honestly, pretty much every single one of them is good.
Lover.
Yeah, that one, The Archer, is one of them. You know another one that's good? What's that one? What's it called? It's like, I'm just like, damn, it's 7 a.m. Is that album?
That's You Need to Calm Down.
You need to calm. That one's good.
I like that song.
Great album.
Great album.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Do you want to go through our top 3, or should we switch it up and do our Mount Rushmore of Taylor Swift albums?
So just top 4.
Top 4. It sounds better with Mount Rushmore. That's the hook.
Do you want to do top 5 then?
Yeah.
Can you do list 5?
Yeah, I can do 5.
Okay.
You can. You want me to take the lead? Do you want to do 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1?
Yeah, let me get my notes out.
I'm just gonna go to which one. I'm gonna go to her set list. Literally.
See, I have it in my notes
and go
app.
like, which ones do I listen to? I
I
know.
made a TikTok of it actually.
Look at you go. Okay.
And I was like, uh-oh.
Ours will be different, for the record.
Oh, I think ours will be like violently different, which is a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me write this down. Mine might offend people.
I don't think it will.
If I were
think
to rank all of them, it would, because I don't really get into folklore and Evermore, because that's just not my type of music, really. But that's okay.
He says that, but he was literally singing Cardigan earlier today.
Okay.
You were.
It's 'cause we made an edit to it, and so I was.
Okay, and you were still singing it.
Fair
It was
enough.
stuck in your head because it's catchy, was it
Fair.
not?
Fair.
That's okay.
Let me sort these out real quick. Okay, I'm writing mine down. I think you probably have yours good, so you can go ahead and give your 5, because I don't know mine off the top of my head. I'm writing them down right now.
Okay.
It's kind of changed recently, which is cool.
I
which
could give
is-
my
which
top
is
10.
Groovy. Okay.
Should I give my 10 through 6?
Give 5. Shit, do it if you want. I don't care.
Well, no, we'll just do 5. Do you have yours written down?
My 5 has not been written down, but if you speak
Okay.
yours into existence, I will know.
So, it all just depends on how I feel. Honestly, my whole ranking can change. I think my top 2 are pretty consistently the same no matter what. But my other ones can change just depending on how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So, my number 5 is Red.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
Red. Love it.
22. I knew you were trouble when you walked in.
Uh-huh.
And there's another one on there too. That is 3. There's like a trio. I almost said trio. Trio.
You did say trial. You
I
didn't
know,
almost say
I know. 22. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. And then there's another one I really like.
it. All too well.
No, that one. But there's another one. It's like
Uh,
I'll have to look it up. It's a banger. It's a banger. Trust me.
it's one of the ones she's saying, isn't it?
It's yeah. It is literally one of the
Wait,
ones.
why
she's
am I having a
saying.
brain fart right
it's,
now?
We are never.
Oh,
ever,
there you go.
ever
Yeah,
getting
that's what
back
she's
together.
saying. Thank you.
That's the 1, 2,
Those
3
are like
punch.
the three singles, I believe, that came out of the
Well,
album.
that makes sense that I would know those.
What's your number 5?
My number 5 is it's like a tie. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's Speak Now. And this is apparently like, I don't know, in the fandom, I'm on Swiftie TikTok apparently.
Uh-huh.
Midnight's is like not shit on, but a lot of people don't like it as much. That is like the tie for me.
Okay, that's fair.
And the reason being is like that's the first time I, as a sentient Swiftie, have actually listened to an album the day it dropped, and
That's
I was
fair.
like, that's actually pretty
I don't
good.
think Midnight's
Let me
is...
run this down for you. Lavender Haze, Maroon, Anti-Hero, Midnight Rain, Vigilante Shit, Bejeweled, Karma. Those are all bangers.
Yeah, I agree. Midnight's not shit on. I think it's a newer album, and it's almost like the opposite of recency bias. It's more like it's newer versus it's like it's fighting against, in terms of a ranking, Midnight's is fighting against albums that have a very nostalgic purpose in all of Swifties.
Like for me, like when in the concert when it was like boom 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 maybe at midnight. I was like hell yeah.
Maybe at midnight.
That got me hype.
No, I love Midnight's. I think it's a banger album.
But then like the thing about the older ones is I know songs off them, and I'm like, you can rattle off someone's from Speak Now that I know all the words to. Like, isn't that the one with like You Belong With Me and all that?
That's Fearless.
Speak Now wouldn't be on there then. Sorry, I got them confused. Fearless would be the 5. Speak Now is fine, but
we listened to Speak Now in the car today.
No, I know. I apologize. I'm a man, so you can give me the pass. Fearless is the one I meant to say.
So Midnight's and Fearless are tied for 5?
Yes, Fearless.
Okay.
Fearless. Excuse me.
What could possibly be in your top 4 then if Fearless is tied?
Oh, there's some albums in there, honey.
Okay, damn, he's been listening without me, I guess. But no, I think it's for a lot of Swifties, not all of them, but a lot of Swifties have the older albums higher in the rankings just because they're albums that got them through like times in their lives, like middle school and early high school. That's how it is for me. I like Folklore and Evermore, but they're lower on my list just because like they didn't really get me through anything personally. They're fun. They're fine. I like Folklore more than Evermore.
Yep, that's fair. I was gonna say for Fearless though, Love Story and You Belong With Me are just so good that I have to like have it. I don't know. That Fearless Midnights is like my 5. That's my 5.
Okay.
What's your 4?
My 4 is Lover.
Okay.
I love Lover. It's fun. I've been having a lot of fun with it lately. Like all the ones we listed, like all the songs we listed previously, just absolute bangers.
Mm-hmm. My 4 is Red. You already talked about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, literally, I listen to the CD in the car all the time. Like 22, I knew you were.
I got a surprise song from Red the second night that you weren't there.
That's dope. Now I don't know every song on
me.
Taylor Swift album.
Yeah. I bet
but Red is a
you
banger.
think about me. Yeah.
Shoot, I didn't even really realize fully. Yeah, that is a good ass album cover. But
yeah, it is.
yeah, this is a great one.
Red is great.
Especially
I love Red.
her version. I'm looking through right now. All Too Well. Yeah, the 10-minute version.
So good.
Yeah, seeing that live was dope.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
All right, my third.
Your third.
My 3. 1989.
Okay.
Love 1989. I am a pop girly. Deep in my soul, I am. And I think 1989 is arguably a album with 0 skips. Like, straight up. I can't think of a single song on that album that I would skip. I am a Bad Blood defender to my core.
People don't like that song?
There's just some people that think it's... I don't know if it's still the same consensus, but I know for a while it was like everyone shit on Bad Blood. Bad Blood... I don't know if it still is, but at least for a while, Bad Blood was to 1989 as Stay, Stay, Stay was to Red, which I don't know if you know what that means. Stay, Stay, Stay is probably like her worst song on Red. Where it's like, stay, 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 I've been loving you for quite
I thought people
some
hated
time,
Shake It Off,
time.
and that's also in 1989.
No, well, I mean, a lot of people hate a lot of different things, but I think Shake It Off was very overplayed on the radio. That's why a lot of people don't like it as much.
Fair.
But I love Bad Blood, specifically the mashup she does in the Reputation tour with Shoulda Said No. I need that shit injected into my veins personally. What's your number 3?
My number 3 is Lover.
Okay.
Lover at number 3, and again, I could go. Let me go to pull it up on. I almost said IMDb because I'm so used to talking about movies.
Spotify.
Spotify.
Yep.
That's correct. Yeah. Cruel Summer, Lover, The Man, The Archer, Miss Americana, and The Heartbreak Prince. Every I love it.
We should make that our Halloween costume. Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince.
Yeah. I mean, look, she opened the Era store with this. It's iconic.
Yeah, great album.
I've been listening to it a lot lately. That's the one that I've been like getting my pump on, my lifting of the weights to.
Oh my God, you're so funny.
It's sick.
All right, my number 2.
Runner up.
Reputation.
That's my number 2 as well. We have very similar lists. Reputation
slays so hard,
and it's funny again because, like I said, I didn't really listen to it when it came out.
I
heard that one song. I was like, this sucks. And
I eat Reputation up so hard. I love it so much. It's so good. All of it, amazing. 10 out of 10. Taylor Slade.
Indeed.
You need to watch the Reputation tour on Netflix.
This is for the best.
You know her documentary. Her documentary is called Miss Americana.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch
it on Letterboxd.
I'll watch it now. I love Reputation. I think my favorite songs on Reputation probably Don't Blame Me.
Love Made Me Crazy. Doesn't treat you right.
Probably Call It What You Want and Getaway Car.
Okay. I like Ready for It a lot.
Are you ready for it?
I like Delicate.
Wow.
A lot.
Do you like the little chant that you got to do?
We got Gorgeous as well.
We did. Oh my God. We got the
Gorgeous.
first.
Yeah.
We didn't just get Gorgeous. We got the first Reputation surprise song, which after night 1 of Nashville doesn't really seem like anything.
Yeah.
Night 1 of Nashville she sang Nothing New with Phoebe Bridgers.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal. She sang Teardrops on My Guitar, Sparks Fly, and announced Speak Now Taylor's version, all in one concert. So
That's
that
a banger right
made
there.
Atlanta look like dog water on a poopy stick. But we
Poopy.
still got poopy.
If you know, you know.
We still got the first Reputation song, which I think is pretty darn cool.
Pretty damn cool.
I
I'd
was
say.
living for it because I love
Yep.
Reputation.
Yep.
You
Reputation rules. What's your number 1?
Not a shocker. Speak Now. I have always been a Speak Now girly. Always will be a Speak Now girly. Specifically Haunted. Haunted is my favorite song that Taylor Swift ever made ever. Like, I will always be playing that song forever and ever and ever. And I just love it so much. I just love the whole album.
Okay. That's valid.
Fuck John Mayer.
It was.
What's your number 1?
My number 1 is 1989.
Nice.
The reason being is because Blank Space and Style are two just songs I listened to a ton in high school, but also you got Shake It Off, the classic, and like the classic from our coming of age years. Bad Blood, which by the way, that music video is sick. Sick. Haley Steinfeld's in it, a bunch of other fans.
This is so true.
Zendaya. Wildest Dreams.
Who's that song about?
Isaac Leahy.
Mm-hmm. So
you
true.
see me in hindsight, and I'll
Keep
be
telling
all
Chris.
night burning it down.
We
Honestly,
also
those are
got-
like the ones that I like a lot. I'm also just a generic motherfucker. Excuse my
No,
language.
not a lot of people have 1989 in their as their number
okay,
1.
Cool.
A lot of people don't even have it in their top 5.
I just like, well, in music in general, fun fact about me, like I usually just, when I get into artists, like I literally would go to their Spotify and listen to like their top 5 played, and that's how I get into them, and then I explore their niche stuff. But like those are the ones that I remember the most from. Like when I think of Taylor Swift, I think of 1989 songs.
That's
like
fair.
that vibe, that sound, like that's the vibe to me. And so I was like hype as hell during the concert during that part.
I know you were.
So
We
I'm not
got a-
ashamed. I was singing.
We got a 1989 surprise song my second night, How You Get the Girl. That was also really exciting. I didn't think that we would get a 1989 surprise song, so it was really fun. I was hoping for a Speak Now surprise song, but I'm happy with what I got. First vaulted song, first Reputation song,
Big
and then a
Reputation.
1989 song, which was great.
Yeah.
Great time.
Yeah. So Taylor Swift's concert was a blast. You got to go twice. I want to go again one day to her concert. She was that good.
I'm sure we will. I don't think she's done touring in the slightest. I think she's at the peak of her career, but I think she's just going to keep going and going
She'll
and going.
put another album out. If you had to guess, would you say like 24, 25?
She's putting out Speak Now Taylor's version.
When will she put out like her next original album?
I don't know. It's hard to
25?
say. It's hard to say.
It's hard to guess. It's not like a movie.
It's like she doesn't really need to put out one for a while because she can just re-record in 1989 Reputation.
Yeah. Her last one prior to Midnight's was 2020, correct?
I believe so.
So
Yeah.
we might get one in 24.
She normally does one every 2 years. At least that's what she used to do
24.
for a while. I camped out for this crew neck. Camped out, air quote. I got there just like early in the morning, which was really fun. It turns out I didn't have to do that. If you follow like any of the Taylor Swift like nonsense going on, they have this merch truck that they open to the public like the day before the concerts start, and this crew neck has been selling out at like every single place. And I really wanted this crew neck because, respectfully, a lot of the other merch is ugly, and I mean that with the kindest heart I can. Just coming from a graphic designer, like graphically, they're just not very good. They're okay. Like I also got the black hoodie, and I have the tan t-shirt, but like she could have done better. So the reason I think this one is selling out is because it's the only one that's like doesn't have that grid on it. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. I don't as a
man, get it?
well, not even like just as a person. I don't love the fact that the merch is like that. It's like cheap to me when it's like not sewn.
Oh yeah, Chris wants it all to be embroidered, and I'm like, that would be so expensive.
I know, but like
it would be nice. It would definitely be nice. But so
like, I got a Post Malone shirt. I haven't really worn much, but like it's kind of that cheap material.
Mm-hmm. I went to the merch truck early on that. What was it, Thursday? Right?
It was.
And it turns out I didn't need to do that because I don't know what it was about Atlanta, whether they had a surplus of crew necks or if they were just really good at like dispersing them throughout the venue or whatever, but they didn't sell out the first day with the merch truck, and I think people were still able to get them on Friday at the concert as well. But I was fine with camping out. I just woke up early in the morning and went, and it was really fun getting to like be in line with people. I met a lot of people, made some friends, and made friends with the girl next to me, talked about our shows and what we were excited for. And it was a fun experience. Even though like it wasn't necessarily necessary, I still had fun.
I think the funniest thing from the whole concert was that like I had to walk a while to find a men's bathroom.
Oh yeah, I
like
peed in a men's bathroom.
Did you see? I saw on my For You page like some girls got kicked out for like using the men's bathroom.
I don't know what that
I don't know.
was.
I think I guess they actually
used the actual men's bathroom.
But even then, like I don't think that's enough to get kicked out of a stadium for.
I don't know. They changed the front of the men's bathrooms to make it say women's. Because me and my sister went to the bathroom, and we walk in, and we're like, urinals. And Jordan was like, oh, we must be in the men's bathroom. And I was like, no, it said women's on the outside. She was like, well, that's literally not possible. There are urinals. And I'm like, I'm telling you, it said women's. And we left, and I was like, what did I say? It's women's. So I think they changed some of them,
literally.
Which makes sense. I think it's valid.
Yeah.
They also had some fire popcorn. It was like ginger caramel popcorn. It was damn good.
Indeed. So it was a very fun time, and we're not done going to concerts this year. We're going to
Louis Tomlinson.
I'm excited. July
Future.
15th, Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. We saw his documentary in theaters.
I cried.
I cried.
You cried.
Literally so sad.
Who as it mean Ed with a fucking chicken nugget? I love that video so much.
Louis, I will say, like he's quickly ascended to damn near the top of my 1D boys ranking.
Yeah.
I love him. He's got a great career, and I love listening to him talk
good
behind the
charisma.
scenes.
I love his accent.
And his music slaps.
His music hits really hard.
The song "Lucky" again. I could like listen to that. And, like you're driving, it's like 8:30, the sun's setting outside, and you're just thinking about your life. That's the summer vibe song right there.
I just got his Faith in the Future album on vinyl somewhere in this box behind me. Very excited about that.
Keep talking.
Sorry, he just opened something and it all fizzed all over the place.
I opened a can and it fizzed a little bit, but it's fine.
Yeah, we're going to Louis Thompson. I am going to Sabrina Carpenter in about a week and a half with my friend Drew. Chris won't be here for that. He doesn't even listen to Sabrina Carpenter, but
I don't think I've heard one of her songs ever, actually.
I think you've heard the song "Nonsense."
Maybe.
I'm talking all around the clock.
I think sometimes, like when I play,
I'm talking opposite
like
of soft.
Louis or Taylor Swift or something, like, and it ends like a playlist or a set, portion of songs I have, it'll sometimes go to Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, she's good. She's good.
What is she from? Disney Channel?
Yeah, she was on Girl Meets World.
Okay.
And then I think she was in other movies, and then now she does music, which is what she was born to do.
Cool. In terms of movies, though, the biggest movie out right now is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Very nice segue, Chris.
Are you serious or kidding?
I'm joking a little bit.
Okay. I mean, I was ready to talk about it.
Yeah, let's go.
I was. Guardians 3, let's just air out all of our grievances, not with the film, but with like what am I trying to say?
The community?
That sounded negative. It's my fourth favorite MCU movie. I adore it. But there's some like discourse going around on social media, and I want to talk about it. Are you talking about
people saying it's like the number one Marvel movie ever, or are you talking about the villain?
Both. Like, let's just talk about that.
Okay, which one?
Let's start with the villain. I love the High Evolutionary. I'm going to start this. High Evolutionary, best Guardians villain without question of the three.
For sure.
Three mains. He is a great MCU villain, and I love him. But I've seen some blasphemy going around that he is the best MCU villain. I'm not kidding. I've seen that take, and I'm like, whoa, chill.
I agree.
That's something I've seen, and I've also seen people. Personal preference is a thing. I understand that, but people like are quick to dismiss greatness, and I think that comes a lot with this. Like, people are like, oh, it's better than Infinity War, better than Endgame.
I think,
and I'm like, whoa, like, just pump the brakes a little. Like, it's okay to think that. I'm not saying you can't, but I do think we've become desensitized as a society to the term great and what it really means.
I think that the Marvel fandom suffers from recency bias more than any other fandom ever. I think every time, like, a new Marvel movie comes out, a lot of Marvel fans just fully forget about everything that they've seen in the past year or
That's
2
fair.
years or 3 years. So they're like, High Evolutionary, best villain ever. And I'm like, he's great, you know? And the actor gave a really good performance. I absolutely adore the actor that played the High Evolutionary. I think he's very talented. But an amazing performance doesn't always mean best villain, for starters. And, like, secondly, it's very easy to hate a guy who is torturing animals. Like, he didn't even have to give a spectacular performance for us to hate him because he's torturing animals. And not just animals, he's torturing Rocket, a character we care about.
I've seen some idiots. There's this one idiot in particular who said that, like, Thanos was like not as good as High Evolutionary. I was like, what are you talking about?
There's the argument where, like,
and then the thing too, and this kind of opens the door to a broader conversation, is this is specifically the Marvel fandom, by the way. The ability for this fandom on social media to compare the newest project to the most recent project is actually unhealthy. People like use the greatness of Guardians, which, again, I adore this movie. I cried hard the second time around, but I also really like Quantumania. And people are like, this is reverse Quantumania. This shit's on Quantumania. It's like, there's really no need. And looking ahead a little bit, it's going to be so irritating when the Marvels comes out and people are like, this sucks compared to Guardians, even if the Marvels is a really good movie.
So true. I think in terms of comparing, like, the villains and stuff, people have been arguing, at least from what I've seen on Twitter, they're like, oh, the High Evolutionary is a better villain because it's way easier to hate him because he's not a villain that you can sympathize with. Like, he's just a bad guy. And I'm like, it's all down to your personal preference of what you want in a villain, I guess. But, like, I do think it's a little bit better and more compelling when the villain not necessarily has something that you can sympathize with, but just has, like, more backstory, more info on them. Like, Loki built up as a villain for a really long time. He was great in Avengers. Thanos built up for a really long time. He was
Vulture, great. Someone who's a family man where you can see truly where he's coming from and understand that from his perspective what he's doing is right. It was hard to see that with High Evolutionary.
Yeah, High Evolutionary just wanted to, like, perfect a human race.
Yeah,
a species
so, like,
race.
he's a great villain. I hated his guts. Don't get me wrong. Viscerally wanted to punch the man in the face. But that doesn't make him an all-time great comic book villain. And in particular, when it comes to the Guardians, he is Rocket's villain. He is not the Guardians villain to me. And that's really where I sort of, like, have to draw a little bit of a distinction. You know?
I agree. I fully agree.
I still love the villain. I want to make that clear.
No, yeah, I definitely love the villain, and I love the movie. I just think it gets really tiring seeing Marvel fans just be so consumed by recency bias anytime a new project comes out. People will be like, real MCU is back, finally. Something that feels like a real MCU movie, like, since Endgame. The first time it actually feels like a Marvel movie. And I'm like, I don't know about that. Black Widow felt like a Marvel movie to me.
Here's my thing about what you were just saying.
No Way Home felt like a Marvel movie to me.
The Marvel movie feel has been there in certain projects, because I even liked Quantumania. It had that classic earlier MCU phase. But I share the same sentiment that it is the best MCU movie since
I agree.
Endgame.
There's a difference.
However,
between saying best Marvel movie since Endgame and the first movie that feels like a Marvel movie since Endgame.
Okay.
Those are two very different statements.
I hear that. And I think people especially have been quick to dismiss No Way Home. Now, for me personally, it was my 2 or 3 in MCU ranking originally. Now it's 7. I still love the movie, but it's carried by the weight of Tobey and Andrew. And you'd be ignorant not to agree with that. It's carried by their appearances.
Yeah, and that really, you don't get to credit the MCU with that because Toby and Andrew were not built built by the MCU. So, but I feel like I literally just feel like all the Marvel movies that have come out since Endgame have been good except for Multiverse of Madness and Thor: Love and Thunder, and I think that was just like a dry time period in us getting Marvel content because I don't think we got a lot of shows around that time either. I think we had maybe Miss Marvel at one point.
We had Miss Marvel going on.
But other than that, like it was like a sort of dry
She-Hulk.
Compared to that.
It was a bad run.
That was just it was a little bit of a dry spell for certain people. So I think that made people just forget about all the other good Marvel stuff we got.
Yeah, I mean, I think that truly it was just a bit of a rebuild, readjust period, and it's unfortunate because James Gunn makes damn good movies. So like Guardians, to me, already like I'm rooting for the Marvels, but just I know myself, it won't be a better movie than Guardians 3. That's not even.
I don't think it. I don't even think it will be.
But the thing is, I don't like why we live in a world of comparison. I make MCU rankings literally every time a movie comes out, so it's like I might be part of the problem, but it's like we do live in a world of comparison with everything, so it's going to be compared to Guardians 3.
Yeah, and even if Guardians 3 didn't exist, like the amount of hate that the Marvels is going to get is just out of this world. No pun intended. It's the most disliked Marvel trailer on Marvel's YouTube, which is wild because it's a really fun trailer and it was a perfectly fine trailer and there's no need to dislike it. And I think a lot of people already didn't like Captain Marvel when it was just one white woman in a movie, and now it's 3 women leading a movie, 1 that's white and the other 2 are of color. So it's just going to be a really hard time on social media when that movie comes out, having to deal with annoying and ignorant people on the internet just saying really mean things.
It'll be a time to be alive. But yeah, the Marvels comes out later this year, and then next year's loaded with MCU stuff. I'm excited. We got Captain America 4, Thunderbolts.
Let's talk about Bucky Barnes for a second, okay? It's been 10 months since I've talked about him on the podcast. Guys, his hair is long. Thoughts?
I don't have any. I mean, he's got long hair.
I'm so excited. I don't know what he's going to look like, and I'm so excited. I wonder what arm he's going to have, because Rocket technically has his arm.
Yeah, technically he does, so.
I wish we saw it in the movie.
Would not have been fitting.
But like in the background, like when he was in his room before.
I guess, maybe. Yeah.
What's his face? Warlock took him out.
Yeah, Adam Warlock. So, we'll see. But yeah, I loved Guardians 3, and the future looks bright for the MCU, for me at least.
I think that's all she wrote. Thank you guys for bearing with us while we took a extremely long hiatus from the podcast. Sometimes life is just hard, and that's okay. Normalize prioritizing your mental health and protecting your peace.
Fair enough. Yeah.
And shout out to boyfriends who deal with girlfriends when they are in severely long depressions.
Jeez. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. No, I'm kidding.
You know what's so funny? At the beginning of this podcast, we were talking about how Eddie dying made me really sad. When we end this podcast, we are going to resume our rewatch of Stranger Things 4 because Chris has been rewatching Stranger Things lately.
Yep.
And we're on season 4. Right now, volume 1, so I'm okay for now.
You're fine until the finale.
Yeah.
Even episode 8 is fine to watch. Even most of episode 9 is fine to watch. It's when Eddie dies.
Episode 9 for the first hour and a half, I'm fine.
Yeah. So there you have it. We're back, and expect more frequent uploads. I don't know if I can guarantee weekly. We'll see what happens, but
maybe
more
like
frequent
bi-weekly.
We'll see. Yeah, it's back.
Don't quote us on next week or the week after because Chris will be in California, but
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
You'll definitely get an update after I meet Joseph Quinn and Charlie Cox.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
See you guys next time. And until then, stay unusual.